welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine. I'm Catherine. Today we're going to be working on a Valentine's card, and I have a piece of our crimson cardstock, a piece of platinum shimmer that I have a scrap of, but we're going to be punching one of our Border Maker cartridges from it, so a 12-inch length scrap is fine. And I also have a piece of our Botanical Burst papers, and we're going to be using both sides of this paper. We're also going to need our honeycomb Border Maker cartridge, our heart, small heart, custom cutting system template, and our red blade. Let's get started. This is going to be a slightly larger card, mostly because of the size of the heart that we're going to be cutting. We're going to be using the small heart, but I like to have some space around it when putting it on the page. So we're going to start by cutting at 10 inches here. By 7 inches, so turn your paper 90 degrees. And go to 7 inches. I did the 10-inch cut first. And then we're going to get out our scoring blade, always stored underneath our trimmer with all of our other blades. Change that out quickly and easily here. And we're going to score our card at 5 inches. We're going to go ahead and set this aside. I'm going to go ahead and change my blade back so we can cut our designer paper as a base for our card. So this is going to be cut at 7 inches. So 7 inches by 5 inches. And we're actually going to use this geometric design for our background of our card. And I'm going to be using the floral side for my heart that's going to go on top of here. We are done with the trimmer. Go ahead and set it aside. Set aside your card base. We now have this other piece of our paper, and we are going to go ahead and put it onto our custom cutting system mat and get out the small heart, which has this egg shape inside of it we used in our butterfly card that's in another video. And here we go. The red blade cuts the closest to the template, so we can put it a little bit closer to the edge of the paper to help save a little bit of our paper for other projects. And there we go. That's our heart that we're going to need. Let me put my blade away. And next, get out your platinum shimmer paper. And we're going to get our honeycomb border. Bring out your tray from underneath your Border Maker system holder, paper holder. Flip up your magnet that's going to hold your paper in place. Go ahead and shut that, fold back under your tray. And we're going to go ahead and punch. And when you go to punch, you go ahead and put it down, line up your notches. And okay, there we go. Let's get this one here. We need to get the top one in first. There we go. Move it up a little so you can see it better. Okay, there we go. We're just punching one of these. So you can go ahead and pull your paper out and set it aside as well. Remove your scraps. Those can be used in other projects if you like. So let's go ahead and bring back in our card base. I've grabbed my multi-purpose tool and I'm going to run it along the seam of our card to help it stay down a little bit. This card will fit into an A7 envelope, so you do need a slightly larger envelope. The standard card size takes an A2 envelope, so just so you know what to look out for, it will fit an A7 envelope, or if you have somebody in your house or somewhere close that you want to give it to, hand it to them. I'm going to grab my tape runner, and we're going to go ahead and put our base paper onto our card. And then we're going to take our punched honeycomb border and we're going to run it from corner to corner here on our card. And it's okay if it runs over. We are going to be trimming it with our scissors. So let me grab my parchment sheet and my repositionable tape. And I'm going to run I'm going to measure real quick just so I have an idea of where I'm going to, roughly this honeycomb up here. Let's get some tape on here. Okay. So we're going to angle this from corner to corner, and I'm kind of going to line up this one up here a bit. And this is going down to this other corner here. Whoops. This is why we use the repositionable tape, is to get our angle. So it's going in the right direction here. And then I'm going to grab my scissors and we are going to trim right along the edge of the card here. And I'm using my precision tipped scissors because these have a special coating on them. So where anything sticky really doesn't stick to them. They are fantastic. You all have probably heard me talk about them before. I'm going to run it up here because we still want our card to be able to fit in our envelope. And if we have our border coming off of it, then it doesn't do us any good about fitting in an envelope, does it? And we need the rest of our border to make the rest of our arrow. So we're going to cut this in half, following along the middle of our honeycomb where the two join up. Just take your scissors, run it through the middle. Oops. And then we have two smaller pieces here. And on the first one, we're going to cut it straight through the middle of our third chain here to create the front of our arrow coming up here, and I like to line it up with what's already in place because then it matches. We all know I like symmetry from my other videos as well. So we're going to go ahead and stick this down real quick. And then we're going to build the back end of our arrow. And again, just line it up to where it's just inside the fold of your card, so that way it will go into your envelope. And now with this one, we are going to cut it in between. So we have 2 and 2 here. Cut it close to the middle one. So we have that and this piece. And this is going to be the end of our arrow, the back end here. So we're going to link this up here. So that way it's, again, we're still on the card. If we need to trim off just this little extra end piece, it's okay. That's why we have scissors and we can do that. But you can see where we can see our arrow now going through towards the top of our card. And really, you can use any color cardstock for this. You can use whatever you have on hand. I just liked the look of the platinum shimmer with the pink, and it just felt Valentine's Day-y to me. Okay, I have just a tiniest of little nubs sticking over. There we go. That is now gone into my scrap bin, because you know I like to use scraps, but that one's even a little bit too small for me. We're going to take our heart and place it over the center of our arrow, and feel free, you can angle it with the arrow. If you want it to really be the arrow through your heart, you can angle it this way. I think I'm going to actually line it up so that way it's, my heart's even, but my arrow has the movement to it. So really, however you like it, go for it. I like showing options, and you really can put it how you want it. That's why you can be creative with these things. So here we go. Here's my arrow going through my heart piece. We had a couple of extra little pieces here that we didn't use. You can create something else out of if you want to, if you have another project. Otherwise, I'm okay with setting those aside for the scrap bin because we don't have that many scraps left. So I hope you enjoyed this quick Valentine's Day project. Please subscribe. Leave me a comment if you like it. Let me know. And if you would like to get notifications when I load my next video, please hit the bell as well, and YouTube will let you know